Welcome to Tibara's Den. My name is Whitney and welcome to another CAS Monday. We are finished with the Aries portion of our Zodiac series, and now, of course, we are on to Taurus, which runs from April 20th through May 20th. If you didn't see the Aries portion, definitely check those videos out. I will leave them linked in the description below, as well as at the end of this video, but I explained a lot in those videos kind of what we were doing each month for the different signs. And so one of the things we are doing is for each Western zodiac sign that we're doing it each calendar month as it changes to that sign. And then we are also doing their Chinese zodiac twin. And then in the weeks in between until it's time for the next sign, we are doing sims based on the Primal zodiac, which just takes your Western sign and your Chinese zodiac sign and combines it together. And so like me, I'm a Virgo and a rabbit, so my primal zodiac is an earthworm. And like I said, I did explain that a lot more in depth in the videos that I did for the Aries portion of the Zodiac series, so definitely check those out. And also in the description linked below is all the websites where I got all this different information from. So first off, I'm going to read you why the snake and the Taurus signs are considered zodiac twins, and then I will go into each of the different, the Taurus zodiac and then the snake zodiac as well. So snake and Taurus. Like Taurus, the snake possesses a special sort of wisdom that helps them move forward cautiously but cleverly in life. Both of these signs have the ability to withstand a lot, and both enjoy the benefits of the material world. When challenged, both of them are fierce opponents. They are also highly sensual signs. And so that's why they're considered twins. And so, of course, first up we have our girl Taurus here. And so for her, the Taurus are considered reliable. Let me make sure I'm reading the right one here. Yeah, reliable, diligent, and conservative. And then, some of their strengths are romantic, decisive, logical, diligent, ardent, patient, talented in art, perseverant, and benevolent. Some weaknesses are prejudice, dependent, and stubborn. Their symbol, of course, is the bull, and element is earth, sign ruler is Venus, lucky color is pink, and you can see we are going very heavily pink themed here. Some celebrities that were Tauruses are Karl Marx, William Shakespeare, Leonardo da Vinci, and David Beckham. So for her, I decided to give her a career as a painter under the branch Master of the Real. Of course, her aspiration is painter extraordinaire. Her traits are creative, romantic, and I was going to give her the art lover trait, but I had forgotten that I downloaded the custom content traits for each of the Western zodiac signs. So instead of art lover, I did Taurus, but she also has romantic and creative. And so like I said, you can see I am leaning very, very heavily on the pink theme here. I went through so many different hairs trying to find which one I wanted. Of course there was a lot of options for the different shades of pink. And I was kind of going for a romantic look as well, since that was one of their strengths, trying to go for that. And so I had a really, really hard time. And so I stopped, the hair previous, I actually stopped on that hair and decided I was going to go with that. I ended up changing her skin tone though. I think I started putting clothes on her before I decided to change her skin tone. But with that shade of pink, she just looked really, really washed out. And I just didn't like how it looked. So I actually ended up changing her skin tone as well. I went back and forth a lot on this sim, which you will see. But in the end, I really do like her. And so her hair I actually changed as well though. So I changed her skin tone, and then I decided I didn't like the hair either. So I ended up changing her hair to a different pink. This pink's kind of a little bit more purpley, which I do like it, and I kind of liked that it kind of was just woke up, bedroom look type of thing. But in the end, I decided to go more for a romantic artist look. So I changed her hair up a little bit from what it is now to to something a little different. And this is where I decided I did not like her skin tone. So I was trying to find a skin tone that I felt worked with this hair. But I really struggled here, trying to find one that I liked with this hair, and then I don't even keep the hair anyway. So I probably could have gone with a darker skin tone like I was originally planning, or even the original skin tone that I wanted. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're working with here. I decided I just didn't like it, and for her face, I am trying to bring a little bit of the animalistic features in just a little bit, just to kind of get a sense. So for her face, I kind of went with a little bit more of a broad face, a broader nose and things like that. Just kind of remind me of a bull, and then the eyes, kind of the way they're hooded and such, just made me think bull too. So anything that kind of gave me that vibe, that's what I was trying to go with. And you'll see that throughout the series. I try to capture a little bit of the animal while still making a more realistic sim, if that makes sense. I know Claire, when she did her Zodiac, like, she went full on fantasy, which I loved. Like, I think it's really cool. I'm not really that creative, so, but I do like kind of how I'm bringing a little bit of the animal into these sims as well. So this is the dress I decided to go with for her everyday look. It's very casual, very comfortable, flowy. It kind of gives me, like I said, that artistic hippie vibe, but with a little bit of romantic aspect to it as well. And I think it fits all those properties. It's not too over the top. I do give her these necklaces. I actually give her these necklaces for several of the different looks that I go for, and so that's kind of what we're working with. I thought it adds that little bit of a more romantic vibe, and then that's when I decided I didn't like her hair, and I originally wanted to go with a longer style like this, but of course the boobs kept clipping through, so I decided just to make her a little bit smaller in the chest so I could use this hair as well. And I like the color pink of this hair. Like, it's a little, it's not quite as purpley as the other one. It's more of a true pink. And then, of course, I wanted to give her makeup. So for a lot of the looks, again, very, very similar. I do change up the eyeshadow a little bit for the different looks. I think pink is one of the easier ones to do that with, because there's a lot more options for pink eyeshadows that aren't too over the top. It's when you get into some of the other colors that it becomes a little bit more difficult, and so that's kind of what we're working with. I did give her eyeshadow, so I was really trying to kind of balance between, kind of romantic and then also kind of just like a free spirit artist vibe, kind of in between the two. But for the sim, I like the idea that she would wear makeup and things like that, and you can be both. So, that's the fun thing about doing this series. It's just kind of giving me inspiration for these different sims, but there's no hard and fast rule. There's many types of people that are Taurus, and they don't all fit in the same category, and so that's what's kind of fun about this. It's just kind of giving me inspiration for the different looks. And here I wanted to put her hair up for her formal look, but I couldn't find something that matched the same shade pink, so I actually found something that's kind of more over the shoulder, and it's not quite the same shade of pink, but it's close enough that it doesn't really bug me all that much. And surprisingly enough, I found a lot of shades that would have worked with my original hair color I had. But like I said, I just decided I didn't like that color, or that hairstyle. So this is the hairstyle I go with here. You can see it is a little bit different, but not drastic enough that you would notice. And maybe for a formal event, she would get it freshly dyed or something like that, so it might be a little darker, and then her other looks is when it has faded, things like that. Like, it's close enough, it does work. And then I was trying to still stick to the same kind of feel and vibe for her. I really like this dress, and I actually end up using it for her hot weather, I want to say. But the dress I use here, it's actually this one. I try on several more, which you'll see. I like to go through all my options just in case I like something better. But this is the dress I end up using, and it actually comes in a color that's a little bit more pink, and so I do change it to that color. This one, right, the lighter pink, not the darker pink. And so this is the dress I go for. I do take it off so I can see her shoes and decide which shoes I want to give her. Not that it really matters because you can't see them anyway, but I like to, even though I know they're there, and so I like to make sure that they go with the outfit as well. So that's kind of what we're working with here, and I really like this dress. It is a custom content piece, but I really, really like it, and it does have that kind of romantic vibe to it. So it's one of my favorite dresses that I have in games. So I don't remember where it's from or anything like that. Custom contents kind of confuses me anyway. All my stuff I do get from the Sims resource though. So, you know, I got a few other pieces I think from mod The Sims, but for the most part I like the ease of the Sims resource. So if you like any of these pieces that I use, definitely check them out, because that's where I get most of my stuff from. So but yeah, now we are on to makeup, and with this hairstyle I was happy I was able to give her some earrings so that you can actually see. With some of the other looks you can't see them, so it's like, why even bother putting them on if you can't see them? But for this look I was really happy I was able to do some earrings, and then her eyeshadows a little bit more like silvery instead of pink, which I like. I still gave her the eyeliner, and then of course the blush. I like the blush on her a lot. I think with her cheekbones, the way it sits, especially the blush I was using, it really adds to her look. And so now we are on to her workout look, and I like her workout look as well. I think I did use a custom content piece for her top, which you will see here in a second, and it's this one right here. I really liked it. I liked how it had like the little strings that you can tighten up, and it just kind of gave me that romantic vibe, so that's why I decided to go with it. And then I give her just some leggings in pink as well. And so that's kind of what we're working with. And I was really happy. What I'm doing is for my Chinese zodiac, they each have yin and yang assigned to them. And I'm actually doing the opposite of whatever is assigned to them. So like for the snake, their yin and yang sign, or aspect is yin, so I went with a male instead. And I did the same thing last time with dragon. They're actually yang, but I went with a female instead. And then I'm doing the opposite for my western zodiac sign. And so since their lucky color is pink, I was really happy that I had this sim and was able to go like full out pink with her. And the fact that they're romantic as well, it really works nicely together. I do have a pink male sim. If you saw my 7 virtues video, there's the male sim that's chastity, which is opposite of lust. He's a pink sim, and so I've already done a male sim in pink, and I did lust in pink as well, just a little bit different, more lusty vibes than romantic vibes, which we're going for here. So it's been kind of fun to do this for sure. But we kind of skipped through her sleepwear look there. Pretty simple, just some nice comfy pajamas. And now we are on to her party wear. And I think she started with this dress, and I really liked it. And that's kind of why I chose this base sim, was because she was wearing this dress, and I liked it for her. And so I thought it would be perfect for her party wear. It's a little bit more fun. It still kind of has that romantic aspect, but also that free kind of artisty look as well. So I really liked it for her party look, and that's kind of what we were going for. Shoes wise, I think I did the kind of highly decorated sandals. I went through a lot of different ones, but I ended up with these sandals here. I thought they fit in nicely with the look, and they're just kind of fun. And then of course a little bit of jewelry and nail polish, and then her makeup as well. Always gotta have the makeup. I can't remember if I gave her necklace for this look or not. I wanted to give her earrings, but you couldn't see them. I think I do give her the necklace. Like I said, I use the same necklace for a lot of her different looks. I like the idea that she has certain pieces that maybe mean something to her, and so she doesn't just kind of accessorize willy-nilly. Like, she has certain things that she wears because they mean something, especially her necklaces. Like, maybe bracelets she plays around with a little bit, but her necklaces she keeps pretty standard. So that is her party look, and now we are on to her swimwear look, which is pretty simple. I wish I had gone with that custom content, not this one but the previous one with the love little thing on it. That was really cute, and I think it would have fit nicely for the sim, but in the end I went with this one. This is one of my favorite bathing suits. And then just the sunglasses on top. And now we are on to her hot weather look. So I'm kind of referencing back, seeing what I did in the other looks to make sure I stuck with the vibe. I really knew I wanted to use this dress because you saw it in the previous look, and I really liked it, or seen it in a previous look. So that's why I pretty much just gravitated toward this dress. I knew I liked it. It kind of fit along with her other looks, and so I just went with it. And these shoes are custom content as well, and I've actually haven't had a chance to use them because they're a little bit much, and you definitely have to have a certain style sim and a certain style, to kind of pull it off. But I think it goes really, really well with this look. And then, of course, again, just some makeup, some pink eyeshadow to match the dress, and then some pink lipstick as well, which you will see here in a little while. And then, of course, the same blush I've been using because I really, really like it on her. So, but yeah, she's a cool sim. I really enjoyed making her. And it was really frustrating when I was going through and playtesting everything, and I was trying to get screenshots of her, and she was in a bad mood from the Taurus trait, which gave her anxiety, and so she was anxious and just tense. And so I was trying to get that mood off of her so I could get her to go paint and such like that, which I really hate that painting isn't one of the options that they can do when they're tense, because this is definitely a sim who would paint, and that would help her kind of relieve some tension and just unwind a little bit. So that's a little frustrating, but that's okay. So you'll see some of her pictures. I think the first one, I think I only included one. She's all angry. And then there's one where she's trying to calm herself down in the mirror because I was just trying to get that mood off of her. But yeah, she's pretty cool, and I really enjoyed making her and her brother. This is her cold weather wear. Pretty simple, again, very heavily pink, which has been the theme throughout. And I really like pink and white together, so that's why a lot of times I'll combine that, especially if it's a more like romantic look. I think pink and white go really, really well together. So, and then she got glittery eyeshadow for this look as well, so that's nice. A little bit different from some of her other looks. And we're just going to run through her looks one last time before we move on to Snake. But yeah, that is my Taurus Zodiac sim. Let me know if you're a Zodiac or Taurus, and of course everybody has a Zodiac, but let me know if you're a Taurus and what you think of her. And now we are on to Snake. And so for him, I decided to make him a musician, because they're also kind of creative, and so his aspiration is musical genius. He is creative, he's a music lover, and then he's family oriented, and you'll see why when I read through. And so again, the website where I got this information from is linked down in the description below. But basically it says Snake carries the meaning of malevolence, cattiness, mystery, as well as acumen and divination. In most cases, this animal is considered evil, and the elongated, legless body always scares people. However, in ancient Chinese tradition, the snake once presented a venerated image, and it is one of the earliest totems of the Chinese nation. Chinese mother goddess Nuwa, I probably did not pronounce that correctly, and I'm sorry. So Chinese mother goddess Nuwa, who said to have created humanity, has the body of a snake and the head of the human. The Chinese dragon also has a snake body. Today, some places in China, people still believe that a snake found in their courtyard can bring good luck. And so their element is fire. We already talked that their yin and yang component is yin. They their lucky numbers are 2, 8, and 9. Lucky colors red, light yellow, and black, which you'll see. And then, it goes on other lucky things and other unlucky things. Personality wise, snakes are calm, wise, observant, mysterious, and think deeply. People born in the years of the snake easily attract others for their mysterious character and graceful behaviors. They are calm and thorough and can always carry out a plan from the beginning to end. Once in a dilemma, the snake can be someone who leads people to get out of the woods. They also have a strong sense of responsibility and have a clear goal, which helps them reach a peak in their career. The snakes are typically deep thinkers who are perceptive and skeptical, goodness, about everything. In the love aspect, the snakes are devoted lovers who will not fall in love with someone else. And so that's one of the reasons why I gave him family oriented. Strengths, they're calm, talented, modest, perceptive, intelligent, and have a lot of inspirations. Weaknesses, they can be indifferent, skeptical, possessive, and obstinate. And then it talks about the difference between snake men and snake women. So if you're interested, definitely, check that out. Of course, there's 5 different elements in Chinese zodiac, and so it does talk about the different elemental snakes. And then best jobs are artist, politician, teacher, painter, psychologist, and public relations office. The snakes have their own way to choose jobs and seldom care about others' opinions. Compared to other zodiacs, they prefer work that needs logical thinking to the boring jobs which needs to be repeated. So they're glad to challenge to become a politician. The born aesthetic and sensitive personality enables them to be excellent artists or painters, while they also show their talents in the entertainment industry to be on a TV show host. Besides, their insights can be helpful if they want to be a psychologist or public relations officer. So some famous snakes are John F. Kennedy, Robert Downey Jr., J.K. Rowling, Taylor Swift, and Billie Eilish. And so that's kind of why I decided to go with like a music career, because we already had a painter with Taurus, and then they are still creative, and they're also good at entertaining. So I decided to go with a musician, and there was 2 musicians on there as well, so I thought that was a good sign to go that route. And so you can see for this sim I use a lot of yellow, and I switched his hair from black, and then I tried yellow, and then I went to red, just because I decided the red looked the best and it kind of went along with pink. I didn't want to give him pink hair. If you saw my Aries and Dragon zodiac, Aries, of course, their lucky color is red, and so I made him a redhead, and then his twin ended up with red hair. And dragons, actually, their unlucky color is red, so it's kind of fun, combining those 2 in one household, because obviously with Aries I went very heavily with red, but dragon, they don't like red. So but also I think dragons red works because they breathe fire and stuff. So I wasn't that concerned that their unlucky color was red. I kind of picked and chose what I wanted to take from the different information. So I switched it around a lot for this sim, and then I don't keep that skin tone, that skin overlay. It was just, again, he looked really, really washed out. So I actually end up taking that off, and he doesn't end up with any custom content skin overlay or anything like that. But all of his looks are very heavily yellow, which you can see from the previous looks. I didn't want to go for the classic black. I do combine black in, throughout his looks, but I didn't want to go very heavily black. And it says specifically light yellow, and they're actually one of their unlucky colors is gold. But yeah, so I went with more light yellow and then combined black in, and then of course he has the red hair. So I kind of combined all the different colors into his different looks. And then for his build, when I did the build, I went more heavily with the other 2 colors than I did with yellow, although there is still a lot of yellow in the build, which you will see on Friday. So remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification if you haven't already, so you don't miss that video. But this is where I decided to take off that skin overlay, and of course he ended up having makeup for every single one of his looks, so I had to go in and take that off, of course. Um, but yeah, so pretty much work through all his look. His hot weather is very, very similar to, I think, his party look, or his, well, even his everyday look too. There's some similarities there. But I ran through and I originally didn't see the top that I decided to go with. And I think it wasn't in yellow to start with. And so I was just kind of looking for the style. So this is the top that I ended up going with right here. And then for his pants, I went with, I didn't fill shorts for the sim. I mean, I know he wears them like for his bedtime look and such, but I decided to go with pants that were just rolled up. It just seemed more fitting. Like, I didn't really get the shorts vibe from him, or capri vibe. Like, I feel like he wears pants the majority of the time. And now we are on to his final look, which is his cold weather. I kept the pants he had on. I thought they worked perfect. And I went with this jacket here. I like the color of it, and it's pretty simple and just straightforward, which I really like for this sim. So those are all of his looks. I'm going to leave you guys here. Remember, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like. And we will see you guys on Friday for their build. Have a great week, guys. Bye.